What's up everyone, Bunny Operator here. Welcome back to my peasant channel. Today we're going to go over modifying this level 3 Safariland RDS holster from level 3 to level 1. Level 3 refers to 3 levels of retention from the thumb guard, the SLS hood, as you can see here, and the level 1 LAS system. Now, ideally, I don't like level 3 holsters. I usually just like the ALS system. So I can throw on a OTD Nub Mod. And we're just going to walk through that. I'm going to show you an example of a level 1 holster. There he goes, my 6354DO. Notice how it only has the ALS system. This one already has the Nub Mod installed. And essentially this one does not come with the hood or the thumb guard section. So the reason why I don't like level 3 is, for the most part, I don't need the additional levels of retention. For the most part, I just need the level 1 for ranged use. I'm not going into a situation where somebody could potentially take my firearm. Some folks will, and then for folks that do that, I just recommend you keep the level 3 either by agency mandate or department mandate. Then you would just have to train around that. Now, some agencies do allow you to use level 2 with the ALS guard is what it's called. And I mentioned that in my previous videos concerning outside the waistband holsters. You can reference back to that, and I'll probably link that here in the upper right corner. First things first, you notice that the level 3 holster has the SLS hood, which is additional hole drilled out here, while the 6354DO does not have one. Now, the level 3 holsters, even though you remove this, will leave the grommet there, and I'll show you that when we dismantle. But that's okay, you just kind of plug it up and go ahead and go about your business, and I'm totally fine with that. And the reason why I got the level 3 instead of just the level 1 and ordering it that way, because this was on sale. It turned out to be, normally these are about $200 holsters or so, but the sale that that was available recently pertaining to this video, this holster and the UBL plus the QLS quick detach systems here were essentially under $100 shipped to me. So I was like, okay, that's a great deal. I'll just go and get one. The new 6000 series RDS holsters are a little bit better. They fit more red dots, and they just are designed a little bit different from this older, more antiquated 6354DO series, which was, by the name suggesting, designed for the Dr. Optic for DO, if you will. We're going to start by dismantling the holster from its components by removing the UBL and the QLS system first. Since this is already adapted with a QLS, I'm just going to go ahead and remove that by simply tucking in the forks and sliding it out. And then all I would have to do is essentially remove the QLS fork for now, because it just gives it a little bit more clearance out of the way. So bear with me here. For those of you that are wondering, this is actually a standard Safariland tool that they give to you. Sometimes they just give you the Allen key. This is from a previous design. I think it was from a drop leg design. Some of the duty style holsters come with drop legs with the straps already on them. This is the tool that they give you. It makes it a little bit easier to torque and untorque and to take stuff apart. Not lose those, stick that up there. All right, so from this point here, we're going to start removing the top screws that house the SLS and the thumb guard. Thumb guard is also, I absolutely hate this thing. I always remove it, even if I wanted to keep the SLS. But your mom may vary. You do what you like. Now the SLS system comes off. I don't like the SLS because it tends to break. I've broken one before. I've known people who've broken them. They're just little rubber thumb guards, and I actually don't like them at all here. And there it goes. Now we're in a level 1 system where the LS just works on its own. Now normally the SLS hood that I just removed, when you rock that forward, you also knock the RDS hood forward as well. Now, I have a level 1 holster with the hood for a previous gun from a previous holster, and from my experience from drawing, it normally just knocks this forward because it doesn't take much pressure to knock it forward. It is a force to overcome, but there's very minimal force needed because you can just probably flick it and it moves forward as intended. Now, some people still opt to remove this, and that's your call if you find that it interferes with your draw stroke. From this point, you have the option to plug these holes or to not plug them. I may as well just go ahead and plug them for now so that I don't get debris and crap in there should I ever want to put those the level 3 system back on. You don't have to, personal choice. These are actually a little bit longer, so I am going to grab shorter screws from my extra spare parts of Safariland holsters. So bear with me. And here we go. Through the magic of time, I went and located my magical bag of spare Safariland screws. And hardware. I mean, these things come with a bunch of different holsters and accessories when you order them. I went ahead and already picked out 2 of the shortest ones possible. And the reason why I want the shortest ones is because I don't want it to interfere with the actual ALS system that's inside here. We're going to go and put this on. There it goes. No interference. The holes are protected. Looks kind of silly, but whatever. It works. And now that it's in level 1 mode, nice ALS system, let me go grab one of my pistols and let's go ahead and test it. Here we go, my Glock 17 with Holosun 507C, the ACSS Vulcan reticle. That was on tester from Primary Arms. It locks in. Go ahead and deactivate the ALS and draw. As you can see, this one's binding for this particular optic. But if you move the hood forward, it'll draw cleanly. So that tells me that I need to remove this hood. We'll just go ahead and pop this off. No problem. The hood is now gone. It locks in perfectly fine, and draw, it comes straight out. Let's test this on the Glock 19 also. Glock 19 with Trijicon RMR. Drop that in, locks in, a little bit loose, but that's okay. I have a solution for this, or at least my buddy over at DLC Solutions has a solution for it, which I will have another video on later. But at this time, we're just going to go ahead and do this video for now. But same thing, it locks in, and the DLC Solutions adapter does take up the play that's here, so your gun doesn't rattle as much. So once again, thumb brake, and it comes right out. Now, for the sake of doing this, we'll put the hood back on and see if the Trijicon RMR has that same effect as the Holosun did, with the hood not coming forward on the draw. Go to insert, going to deactivate, and draw. Trijicon RMR has no problems with the Glock 19. Deactivate, and draw. No problems. So it just seems to be that for my scenario, the Holosun binds on the draw. So there he goes. Now you know. So if you are currently running a Glock 19 with the Trijicon RMR, it will clear the hood, but currently the 507 does not. Now, I don't see any reason why a Glock 17 with an RMR won't also clear. So I believe it just has to do with the specific geometry of the red dot itself. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and pop this back off and put the whole thing back together. Now we're going to go ahead and install the Nub Mod from Oregon Trail Defense to adapt over the ALS nub itself here. And this will make the purchase area a little bit larger and make it easier to draw, just like in this scenario. On the 6354DO, it's a much wider platform. It's much easier for you to actuate and deactivate the ALS. If you're not familiar with Oregon Trail Defense, Micah is the owner, and the guy is a solid dude. I definitely enjoy communicating with him. So we are going to double check to see if it fits correctly, and it does. I will probably need to apply the double-sided tape as per the instruction. There he goes. Which is going to be this, and I'm going to apply it right here. And this is simply just to provide a little bit more tension and allow for the components to essentially have a little bit more purchase onto the ALS nub itself. It is recommended that we use Loctite on this, but I will do that later off camera. I'm just simply going to install this for you to see. Go ahead and hand get it in there, then use that supply tool that was provided by OTD, or Oregon Trail Defense. And we're just going to hand tighten it. It's going to confirm. And there he goes. Now we essentially have a more modern 6354DO with all the hood and stuff taken apart. Once again, test for function, and works fine. Oh yeah, that feels much better. So there you have it. Taking a level 3 Safariland holster, making a level 1, and adapting the Oregon Trail Defense, or OTD Nub Mod, to the ALS nub itself, just to kind of aid in the actuation for deactivating the ALS lock, which is, for y'all that didn't know, it actually locks into your ejection port side via here. That's why these holsters, the Safariland holsters, are so great, because it will lock in despite however your handgun is configured, whether or not you have a red dot. Assuming that you got the full RDS version, so light bearing with RDS, red dot sight option, the hood itself, it will take all versions of your gun, with and without a light, with and without a red dot. So I'm not going to take off my red dot for you, but I'll show you by taking off my Surefire, and it'll still lock perfectly fine and deactivate. And that's simply because it locks here at the ejection port. That is also why the Glock 19 also fits into the holster. There you have it. Follow the whole YouTube thing, like, subscribe, comment down below, hit the notification bell, blah, blah, blah. YouTube changes algorithm, so you have to basically explicitly select that you want notifications in order to get notified whenever these random peasant videos that I create come out. So that's all I got for you today. Let me know if you got questions, and you can always reach out to me on Instagram, Facebook, and I'll always try to answer you as best as I can. I like this system, and simply, once again, this holster was inexpensive in the scale of Safariland holsters when I got it. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to play with it and then see how I like it over the 6354DO. Frankly, if you are getting modern day red dots and optics, this is probably the better version to go with. Just simply because it will fit more designs that are out there versus the older antiquated 6453DO design. So that's all I got. Stay tuned for the next peasant class video. This is Bunny Operator. I'm signing out.